Hi, and welcome to Healthy Living. I'm Dr. Donald Pelto. Today I want to talk to you about the x-rays specifically of a bunion. Okay? This is a very mild bunion, and there's a condition that sometimes is confusing when we look at x-rays with patients. You're not actually seeing a bunion here, but what you do see is an x-ray of a bunion. Now, how can you tell? This is the same x-ray, and what I want to show you is the difference between these angular measurements. Okay? So typically, when you look at a bunion, for those of you that don't quite know what a bunion is, you can see how this big toe kind of curves into the side. Okay? When the big toe curves into the side, it makes a little bit of a bump on the outside. This bump is called a bunion. On the outside of the foot, it's called a tailor's bunion, but on the inside, it's called a bunion. And when we look at bunions, we look at angles. And the way we make this angle is we do two lines. We do one line that's parallel to the first bone and another line that's parallel to the second bone. And you see the angle, it measures at 8.7 degrees. Okay, it measures the angle down here from those two. That angle seems very small, and for us as podiatrists, we look at that angle, that's very, very small. But the bunion itself looks bigger than the angle. And what I'm trying to display and show something to you is something how this angle can be a little bit off on the x-rays. And this is called metaductus. This patient has a very mild metaductus. What is metaductus? Well, these bones, so basically, this is an example of where this first bone should be. Okay, so the first bone should be right here, straight. And do you see how it's kind of curved right here? So basically, if this is straight, this other one would make an angle of about 15 degrees. Okay, but because the bones are all kind of shifted off to the side, it looks a little bit smaller. This angle in here looks a little bit smaller. And the way to get a kind of a true angle of what the intermetatarsal angle is you kind of go parallel to this and go make a straight line down here, and that shows the true angle. And this is a true angle of a bunion that could be fixed, okay, that surgically could be fixed. And so I want to show you that sometimes on the x-rays you might not see this huge angle. There are other people that have a really big angle, and you can tell that. But in this patient, she has a bunion, but she doesn't have a very big angle in here. Why does that matter to us? Well, if you are going to fix this, a foot that has a bunion and it has a metaductus, okay, the problem is you have less space to fix the bunion. So typically with a bunion, what we do is we try to make a cut in the bone and we shift the bone over. But you see there's not that much here. So for every millimeter you shift a bone over, you reduce the intermetatarsal angle by about 1 degree. Okay? So when you shift it over here, let's say by maybe 4 or 5 degrees, you can bring it down a little bit, but that might not be enough. And so for a foot that has metaductus to it, first you have to get the right angle, the corrected angle, and then a lot of times instead of shifting it right here, you can shift it and get a better change by shifting it down here. And that's with a metatarsal, and that's the cuneiform, so a metatarsal cuneiform fusion, where you take out some of the joint on both sides, you shift it over, and you put some screws in this side. So it really depends on the type of surgery that you're going to have for your bunion. But one of the conditions is, well, why doesn't my angle look as big as it is really? And that's due to metatarsus adductus, and that's involved with bunion surgery. So if you have a bunion, take a look at this when you look at your x-rays. It's something that's important for you. Hey guys, thank you for watching Healthy Living. You're going to find a few links here I'd like you to click. One is to subscribe to this channel on YouTube. Also, you can learn more. There are some videos here you can see.